Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Texans and the football team, and it's coming up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the Houston Texans and the Washington football team. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. On 1st and 10, Watson. And his first pass is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. He's going to look deep for more. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Chambers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And they were backed up to start the drive.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds?
Oh.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
On 1st and 10, Chambers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Chambers. His throw caught right around the 6. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
This is taken at the 23. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Chambers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on it. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Watson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chase Young providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Chambers can't get away, and he's taken down. Malik McDowell gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Chambers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Moore. Texans football to start quarter 2. 14.
Andiamo con i giovani, va. Tu hai finito?
Sì.
Dammi. Cioè, e i calcoli che avevi fatto sbagliati li hai corretti, papà?
Sì.
Brava.
Ma io non sono Anita, sono
Anita, lo so.
Intanto io non faccio i calcoli.
Come no?
No.
Perché non li fai?
Perché la maestra non me li fa fare.
Ma che dici?
Se non ci li fa fare.
Ti levi? Su, papà.
Papà, possiamo vedere?
No.
Perché?
Hai finito?
Sì.
Il salone è pulito? Chiedilo alla mamma.
Ah no, c'è Aurelia.
Allora, che c'è Aurelia.
Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Haskins to throw. And that's caught. It's Desmond Patman. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are in this ball game. And they feel
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level. The quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. The bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. A little check down to Lindsey. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field.
Poi la smetti! Che si rompe!
Put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Lo chiudo io, vai.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. Now a throw here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45.
Dopo li vedi.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 52 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this
Dai,
one
mettete a
away.
posto la stanza e poi vedete i cartoni.
Now White on the return.
Promessa di papà. Vai, e di mamma. Amanda, però devi aiutare,
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Amore,
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Anita si è messa la maschera per mettere a posto, no? La rende più veloce. Allora Amanda è andata là e ha detto: ma sei Anita?
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Haskins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expected miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Nothing open down.
Sì, ma papà, ma c'è ancora tanto da fare,
So I like that right there. Not only
sai
was it
anche
the
tu che
right
c'è
play,
tanto ancora da
throwing it away
fare.
like that.
Bravo.
Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Esatto. To fight another down, right?
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Super Anita.
Malik McDowell, his second sack of the night. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Slings this deep from McLaurin, and it will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Mi piaci, mi piaci, mi piaci, mi piaci, mi piaci.
To throw on 2nd down. Chambers. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Chambers. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. McCann's kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in a position like they have, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
No,
James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. From the 29, Haskins. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Haskins looking to throw on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Haskins on 3rd down. He's going to launch it for Washington. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been one of their few bright spots.
In questa casa 2 sono le regole. 1, non si nomina Bruno e non si urla.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 3. From the gun, Chambers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Chambers. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. D Ford credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup.
Amore, bisogna insegnargli la generosità.
We're skipping halftime. Let's get right
va
back to
bene,
the
trovane
action. We're
un'altra,
set
su.
for quarter 3.
Poi, Anita, silenzio, lasciala stare. Se non è generosa verrà ripagata con la stessa moneta.
Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down
Ricordatene poi,
inside the
Amanda,
20.
ma non piangere.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Throwing on first down. Chambers. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And they will score a pick six.
Insomma.
Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Guardate le cose che avete dietro, là dietro al passettino.
He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
Alma, però tu, cioè, te l'ha detto 2 minuti fa, tu ritorni subito alla carica.
Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
È un martello, cioè Alma, è un martello pneumatico, finché non lo tieni. Porca miseria, ci abbiamo 12.000 sedie, no, quella. Amanda, tu basta, eh.
Throwing after the interception. Chambers. The hitter here, it's complete. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but
Rifallo. Adesso lo rifai? Eh? Non devi fare così. Come male al dito, papà? Fammi vedere. Però quante volte ti ho detto di non fare così? Forza. Ora passa. Ora passa.
takes it inside the 40. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far in second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Off the play fake, Chambers. That one caught by the tight end Bates. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
You got it! You got it!
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Haskins. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Haskins going to throw again. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Washington offense set to take over again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
They'll run on first down. It's Yates, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Chambers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the gun on third down. Chambers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. On the return, it's White. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd and 11 now. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Now it's Haskins. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now at FedEx Field, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. Yates, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Yates, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Here we go on 4th down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football, and the Texans scoop it.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays,
You don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Andiamo.
The hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space.
Concentrati, pensa solo a fare questo, non il resto.
And make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Haskins throw into the hands of Hooper. Powering his way forward. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now Haskins to throw it. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Here we go. It's Haskins on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. A huge win defensively there on the sack, setting him back 12 yards. And now 3rd and goal.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
4th down. Here's Haskins. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. He's got daylight. The 40. Past the 20. Woo! And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. McCann now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's White. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And certainly this not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. James Washington, 81 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. Haskins now, they're going to try to throw for it. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Supportare quello che
That
dici.
one looks like he'll throw here. Fighting to stay upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. D4. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Malik McDowell able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One last shot at the end zone. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.